No, I appreciate the celebrity as I do today. I appreciate any form of attention that is showered upon me. I guess it was kind of like an early version of the NSA, I guess you could put it, like government monitoring.
How do you feel about your sister betraying you like that?
I haven't talked to her since.
Okay. So not good.
So on the topic of you loving the attention, living for the spotlight, some might say, you've got a band releasing a new album.
Very on topic.
In January. January 20th, I believe it is.
2017.
The band is Heat.
That's that's the year after.
The album is Overnight. And you'll be touring February through March, April, I believe. You're going to be doing Quebec, Ontario, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, South by Southwest.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, you have just played a show on November 19th. And your next show in Montreal is going to be February 2nd at Bar Le Ritz, PDB rather, on Jean Talon.
Yeah.
How was that show, Matt?
That was great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you do any encores?
Although I can't believe you guys didn't show up.
Well, I work on weekends.
Let's talk about your work. What do you do?
I am a bartender at a restaurant.
Yeah. You want to name the restaurant?
I actually do not.
But I want to name my band.
Well, the thing about bands is they want to usually promote themselves, or be promoted.
You know what? You couldn't be more wrong.
You were just telling
me
how
you couldn't be more wrong-headed and stupid about that.
Is this a self-destructive pattern we've seen that you take any outlet?
I'm just saying the pig-headed ignorance on your part for assuming that is just stupid.
So their latest single is really terrific.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. Listened to it a few times in the past week or so.
I enjoyed it. I heard it for the first time today. Maybe I'll listen again, depending on how.
Oh, who cares?
So what do you play? You play bass or something?
Research is crucial for the success of these enterprises.
Well, you guys clearly don't do many interviews. I could tell by
do you know
this one right
how
now.
much research Mark Maron does on his subjects before he brings them on his
show? It varies.
It varies.
I find like too much research. What's the point of even doing an interview?
Yeah.
No research?
Well, you want to learn from the person. You don't want me to sit here tell the audience everything about you. They want to hear it from your lips.
I'd prefer if you told the audience nothing about me.
Well,
I'd prefer if we had gone with the initial idea I had, which was to not say who I was, just say mystery guest.
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about you for 38 episodes.
That's true.
So, 1 out of 38. 1 out of 39.
And now that we've started, when will it stop? It's going to be endless.
No, we'll definitely talk about
episode
next
39, episode 40, 41.
So you'd be willing to come back?
No, I'll never come back. But I'm saying my spirit will always be here.
Oh, that makes sense. Because he's a ghost.
Have we been such poor...
If you're just joining us, tonight's theme is ghosts.
I want to get to the core of what's driving you right now, Fiorentino.
It's
inertia,
vanity, as he mentioned earlier. His desire for praise and the spotlight.
It's sheer inertia.
He's fueled by playing shows to crowds of 50s and around the country.
Very good.
And
fight fire with fire.
Different continents.
Meet your enemy on the battlefield.
Going back to the college days where Matt was Fiorentino was following a self-destructive path. I guess he wasn't just self-destructive; he was also destroying others. Could you please tell us a bit, guys, about Tina Robinson?
Who?
I can't tell you anything because I didn't even know. I didn't even remember about this till tonight.
Well, now it all came rushing back to you, didn't it? You saw the Facebook page. It jogged your memory.
I saw an approximation of the. I don't know if it was the Facebook page.
You pushed her in the direction that became what she is today.
You were writing poetry on her behalf.
Now, hang on. This is we need to provide some context.
Some backstory.
And-
Yeah, okay.
And also in the telling of the story, I think we might realize that it's not a very
Kind.
nice, appropriate. This is not a very 2016 friendly story.
Well,
This
no,
is our confession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this-
you're confessing on my behalf.
This was maybe 2005 or
It was
6.
it was a group effort. I don't think any one person can take the blame.
Mm. Well,
But we can all
you could
share
take
in the
blame.
joy.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right, Janko, do you think you could fill us in a little bit on the woman that never was Tina Robinson?
Tina Robinson, I feel like I knew her so much better than I knew people I had known for years, and she actually didn't exist in any form, in any physical form, but she existed, I think, in the hearts and minds of everybody who worked in the newspaper office.
Not
Because-
unlike a ghost.
Exactly. She was created through about 10 people,
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of each of them went into her. Now, I think
It's
she
like
was...
the opposite of the Immaculate Conception.
Yeah.
A group conception.
Polar opposite.
Yeah. But I believe she was birthed because we just wanted to mess with someone. Is the long and short of it. The reason why, the details about it, the names,
We don't
important.
need to mention
Not important.
who you were messing with, but
No.
but please explain the purpose of Tina Robinson.
Tina Robinson was just supposed to befriend this unnamed person and develop some sort of relationship with them. And we were just going to see where that goes. See what fruits would come of our labor.
Is this the basis for the movie Catfish? Is that what that movie is about?
I've
never seen it.
No, I haven't seen it either, so we can never know.
All right, let's edit this.
Speculation. almost.
But for the length of about a year, there was poetry written, there were pictures, there were dates set up where various people would from our newspaper group would go and meet this woman, just for her to conveniently not show up or have something else to do. But Fiorentino,
Would she check into some of these events and things like that? So there was a internet trail of where she'd been and gone.
oh
and
yeah,
things
yeah,
she did?
yeah. Like she was an active member in the Facebook community.
Okay.
Is it clear to people that we were messaging this person through this fake account?
No, I don't think so. I think you
just
just-
to clarify.
Yes, thank you for that
there you go.
clarification.
So
Yes.
the end game was really to mess with one person in particular through this account, but not in any horrific way. We just wanted to know what it was like to be the cyber girlfriend of this gentleman.
More of a social experiment than anything else.
we
you
never.
could
It's
say.
not like we didn't bully this person. We wrote Matthew Fiorentino. You wrote beautiful poetry.
Use my full name.
Yeah, beautiful poetry on Tina's behalf.
A bit of context for this story. This person who we're cyber chatting with under the guise of this cyber woman had a girlfriend, a non-cyber real girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because up until now, if you've been listening, you might think we were just having some innocent fun.
Still innocent.
Yeah.
Where does the innocent fun end, guys?
When you're destroying a relationship,
No, that's
because we were just giving them the opportunity to destroy it.
Yeah, it was
We
more of a
It was by their own hands.
yeah, handing the rope to hang themselves.
We
with.
just wanted to be friends.
Yeah.
So Fiorentino, you were a poet of sorts at that time. I'm sure you were romancing.
I was a poet
Poet of sorts.
Poet.
At that time, I imagine you.
What's a poet? Is what I was thinking to myself. just
I
now.
imagine
And
you would
then out
write
loud.
poetry for prospective girlfriends and what have you. Try to win them over with your wonderful words, and you use that skill of yours on behalf of Tina Robinson, this cyber girl. Do you remember any of those poems by chance?
No, it would be convenient if we had a few on hand. It might lend some production value to this.
It would be
podcast,
convenient, but the
inconvenient truth is
that her account was hacked by the very man who she had set out to seduce, and
by hacked we mean we probably left it logged in.
probably.
At a computer
to a
that was
public
used by all of you.
computer,
And I believe that account is still active, but it's just in a limbo, so to speak.
So-
We did create a Tina Robinson memorial page.
Yes. Okay. So explain this. After Tina Robinson, this character had been quote unquote hacked, as you say. You guys made up a an untimely end for this character.
Well, to all of us, it felt like Tina Robinson she had been raped, thrown in a dumpster, stabbed multiple times, the worst of the worst. Whatever you can imagine you not wanting to happen to a loved one, it happened to Tina Robinson.
Was this ever said explicitly, or was it?
Oh yeah, I think it was written in the eulogy.
Oh boy,
on the memorial page. We had a very nice, tasteful video of some photos, some vague photos of women from the States that could possibly make up her physical appearance, and Arms of the Angel.
So hold on. So you took the Tina Robinson's physical persona was put together by pictures that you found of women off the internet,
and not one in particular, because that
just looked similar enough that they could be the same person.
It's just when we say it out, I mean, it sounds so.
Yeah, it sounds worse than it is when you say it out loud.
It is pretty bad.
I feel terrible, like we're really glossing over this, but there was so much time and effort, heart, blood, sweat, tears put into
that's the important
making
part.
who Tina Robinson was. And Matthew, I feel like she was very important. She was a very important outlet for you.
For my young voice. Yeah. It wasn't enough that, women have to deal with that stuff every day in real life. We had to create a cyber woman culled from photos of other people's public profiles taken without their consent or knowledge to create this hybrid cyber account.
Would you consider perhaps writing poetry on behalf of a fictionalized character a writing exercise that helped you develop as a writer and a poet?
It's like a very twisted version of like Fresh Air with Terry Gross.
Yes.
More of a actually Charlie Rose-esque question, ignorant of the context of what he's saying, and still just barreling ahead with the question.
Judging from that answer, it was so eloquently spoken. I'll say that writing exercise did pay off.
Yeah, and as a result of her untimely death, we don't have any access. So, Fiorentino, your poetry is
lost to the ages.
Yeah. And to the one man who you were really writing these poems to.
Well, what do you think of that? No, I guess I didn't really consider that before now. What was that like, writing false love poetry to a man that you actually disliked?
Nothing could be more natural. I would to balance the equation a little bit. In spite of all the terrible things that what we did entailed, this person did take the bait, although we were baiting him, to be fair. So who wouldn't take the bait, you might ask? But he certainly did, while having a girlfriend, court this internet
to what extent did he court?
Persona. This I don't remember, but we would arrange public meetings, you were saying, and then cancel at the last minute, and he would show up. I mean,
that's it.
Sounds very cruel when I say it
make
out loud.
Public, like Tina Robinson and I would make public plans to meet at Scores, a local restaurant. We'd say we'd be meeting at the planned office, at the newspaper office, at around 2 p.m., let's say.
For context, Scores is the equivalent of meeting at Applebee's.
Yeah, something like that. Tina Robinson was a big fan of the Endless Salad Bar.
Oh, that's what we had in common.
That's what we had at her funeral, was an Endless Salad
Bar. She would have wanted it that way.
So if we had plans to meet at the office for 2, this gentleman would show up probably 10 minutes earlier just to
make sure to catch a glimpse.
Well, just to happen by and hang around and have some chit chat with somebody until 2:00 came and went, and then he would eventually grow a little worrisome that maybe Tina wasn't showing up, and he would have to mention, it was like, oh, by the way, I noticed on, I think, Facebook, or you said that you were going to be, is Tina coming by? I'd be like, oh man, sorry, she had to cancel. I was like, but I remember asking him, it's like, how do you and Tina know each other?